It is January 15th, 2021. It is about it's about 1 p.m. and it is 81 degrees out. Feels like 84 with the humidity. And I'm headed over to the YK shopping center. Maybe to play some DDR, we'll see. There's YK Elementary School, of course. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. Today I have work. I wish I was. I wish I could go to the beach today, but you know what? I could have just gotten up earlier. But yeah, I got up earlier. I was like taking out laundry out of the dryer, and it must have been like 8 or 9 in the morning, and as soon as I stepped outside and realized that I had already slept in for as long as I had, I was just like, what am I doing with my life? Hey, dog. But I had some studying to do. And so I stayed in during the early part of the day. It's a little bit breezy. I think I've been giving someone the rundown on the Big Island a little bit earlier, and a little over 2 months in, I've just still got a lot of exploring to do. I told him, the guy I've been talking to, I told him that like, in terms of, how do you say, in terms of like places with like sort of pre-constructed things to do, there really isn't any of that. There really isn't much of that at all on the Big Island. I mean, I guess there's some stuff, but like, let's say I wanted to go indoor skydiving or go do an escape the room challenge, or I don't know, go ride a roller coaster. None of that stuff seems to really be here. But there's maybe just a handful of restaurants in the downtown area. I managed to find a single nerd den where there's like, you know, like board games, comic book shop, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like nerd den downtown. I kind of stumbled across it by accident. It's not obvious how to get to it, which is fitting, which is kind of how it should be, kind of how nerd dens typically are. Like, they're like slightly tucked away usually. But look at that, it just looks like a bouquet. I haven't really touched on much of the plants here. There's so many of them that just, I think they might grow smaller in harsher environments, but they just grow so big here. But yeah, I managed to find like a little nerd den. I managed to come across laser tag. I got like a laser tag place in Hilo. I don't know, there's like, it looks like there's like just like little, maybe like one spot here or there. For different kinds of things, but I feel like in general, though, I imagine someplace like Honolulu has like probably a lot of different restaurants, a lot of different malls, a lot of different arcades. I mean, they've just probably got you know, nightclubs. I don't know, the whole shebang. You know, lounges, probably just the whole thing. Here, I definitely feel like there's probably a lot of like cool tucked away spots, but you just have to know where to go, or like be familiar enough. I suppose you don't have to like doing doing outside stuff, but I mean, I feel like this might be the wrong place for you if you don't really enjoy like going swimming or camping or hiking or scuba diving. You know, rock climbing, all that stuff. All that stuff is definitely here. Boating. And since I've not only like grew up someplace that didn't really have a lot of this stuff, and also just moved from another town that also didn't really have a lot. Didn't really have a lot going for it. I told you I'd moved from Cartersville, Georgia. Just kind of a quiet town. I managed to actually find some funky spots, some like some like cool spots. Some little like chill cafes. Cigar lounges, even though I really don't smoke. I don't know, the whole nine. Well, no, sorry, not the whole nine. Just like one or two spots. They got maybe some museums. But yeah, since I didn't come from someplace where it was kind of easy to just go out, sort of just go out in nature. I've been enjoying it here in Cartersville. It's kind of like during the warm season. It's like kind of like very humid, and there's forests. It's mostly forests that you can just hike through in the humidity. Here they've definitely got that too. Like, they've definitely got like humid, like jungle type settings that you can hike through. But I think it's mainly just the water that's where it's at. Had a chance to try some new food yesterday. What is this? They're selling dried fish out here. Oh shoot, I've never seen this place open. Oh shoot. They're selling fruits and stuff. Yeah, I had a chance to try some new food. It was a noodle dish that I picked up at 7-Eleven called Saimin, which is like Saimin. It kind of reminded me of, I don't know, I'm not sure if pho is a good example. Maybe, like a ramen soup. I think it might have been a Japanese type noodle soup. That was it. You get it from the fridge. Take it, heat it up for maybe a couple minutes, and I'm not sure exactly where it comes from or where it's stored, but you don't have to add water. But once you heat it up, like there's water there. It basically turns into like a miso soup, like a miso noodle soup. And they've got maybe some beef, some eggs, and some char siu, which is like barbecue pork. And it was not bad. In terms of let me see. In terms of plans, I haven't really gotten that much going on at the moment. I prefer to, if I relocate someplace, I prefer to give it like how do you say, like the length of time that it's due to really get to see how it is. I remember when I first moved to Georgia, I told myself I would give it a good amount of time. I'd planned on giving it about 5 years, but all kinds of stuff happened, and I'd already known that I wanted to move out someplace kind of like coastline, kind of like beach weather for the longest time. So once I realized things weren't going to work out in Georgia, that's pretty much what I did. There are quite a number of people from California here. I noticed there's a lot of people from here who transplant back and forth between California, Oregon, I think Arizona, Texas, and like the states that are like kind of on the west side. I imagine living here all your life, if you grow up here, that's like probably one of the first things you want to do is like go check out the states or something. I mean, go check out the mainland. And I couldn't blame you. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. I mean, even from here, I still want to check out Colorado. I'd still really love to check out California. I've only had a chance to really visit one time. Never been to Washington State. It'd be really cool to check out like where Yellowstone is. I kind of understand why people do like cross-country road trips and whatnot, because it's like you're never going to be able to like move to every place. And I would say that's actually the toughest thing about being away from New York. The thing about being away from New York, like, like, there really isn't a day that I don't miss, being back in New York. A lot of times I watch videos like this where it's just footage of people like walking through the city and whatnot, just to live vicariously a little bit, and like, I definitely miss. I think the biggest thing that I miss about back home is I mean, I really can't. I don't know if I can say this for any other place in the world, but with New York, it's like a little microcosm of the world. Like, every single neighborhood that you could possibly think of, every single kind of community is there. Every single kind of food, like, like right now in Hilo, if I wanted Romanian food, I definitely couldn't get it. Like, I'm like 98% sure I could not get Romanian food here, but I could definitely get it in New York. I like the competitive aspect of New York too. I like that. The because of how densely populated it is. You know, everyone's always trying to, especially the younger folks coming up, trying to get an edge. Trying to get an edge on everyone else, and so a lot of creative stuff ends up making it to the forefront. Before I left, about 4 years ago, I moved from New York. But you know what? I visited probably maybe 2 years ago. And even back when I visited a couple of years ago, all the corner stores, all the delis were normal. And by normal, I mean like, you know, like a little miniature supermarket. You know, you can get chips, sandwiches, you know, like normal groceries. And it looks like just in the past couple of years, there have been stores, there have been corner stores popping up that instead of just being normal, they sell snacks and sodas and candies and stuff from all around the world. So you just go into, you know, like, the smallest shop, you know, maybe like, I don't know, like 20 by 20, you know, like 20 square feet or whatever, and you could get stuff from, I don't know, you can get snacks from like Spain or Australia or Korea or China, or Saudi Arabia, and it's not just in like random like highfalutin neighborhoods, where stores like this are popping up back home, but also in the poor neighborhoods too. Like, so like, no matter who you are or like where you come from or what you've got, like, you just have access to like all this crazy stuff, just off of there being such a big mix. A big mix of people, and and just like, you know, a big clash of everyone's culture. You know, like if I wanted to go to you know, like a Dominican Bengali restaurant right now, I couldn't do that here in Hawaii, anywhere in Hawaii, on any of the islands. You know, if I wanted to go to a Pakistani Trinidadian restaurant, like, I couldn't do that probably in any of the states. But I could do it in New York. And so I miss that kind of stuff. I know it's hurting. I know a lot of that stuff is hurting right now because of the virus and everything, but I definitely miss how cool it is. You know, I mean, every day, you know, every day seeing new stuff that you just never ever could have imagined. Every single day, just seeing like the most The most random stuff that you just never thought you would see in your life. Like, but you know, I feel like the longer I continue to live in New York, the longer I miss out on other places. You know, and I don't know, I feel like it's a big world. And if I had to forsake all other places for one place, it would be New York, but come on, like, there's places like Tokyo, I don't know, there's South Africa, I don't know, like, even like New Zealand, Southeast Asia, like India, I don't know, Europe, there's so much, like even South America, to just stay in New York the whole time. So I'm definitely glad I'm out here, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Enjoying the people, enjoying the weather, enjoying the beach, and like doing like a lot of swimming related stuff. That's been a lot of fun. It would have been nice to have a white Christmas last year, but I definitely don't. I'm not missing the cold. Really enjoying the food here. And it's a little bit of a short walk, but I'm gonna wrap things up right here. I hope everyone is doing well. And thanks for watching.